Five cars on track. Let's see if this can get a little bumpy. Oh, I forgot about the how close Kyalami is. The start
Yeah.
boxes.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
close.
Whoa.
We did a race here with I think it was the Formula Racezilla, and just I was breaking it at the start.
If someone doesn't
It
have a
was-
bad start, Donnie, please start good, please, because otherwise I'm gonna
Oh,
smash
I'll
right in
try.
behind you.
I made sure I clicked in game. That start again. My starts have gone terrible. I used to be good at it. Racezilla disappeared on me. Oh, and he's behind.
Yeah, he disappeared on me too.
Yeah, same here.
He's back. Yeah, bud. It's what? It's a special crane. Oh, okay. Flying crane, huh? Loz, you think you can catch Donnie here? I don't think I can.
Nah, no chance.
I'm gonna hold you up.
My potential says I should be able to do a 143. My best lap is a 201. Seems a bit off.
My potential says you wish.
I think you forgot to move your mic a bit closer again.
Oh, sorry. I was talking to my kid.
Yeah.
Zilla's creeping up on us. Slowly. Oh no, has he crashed?
Looks like it. I feel like this car's a good, like, training car, like muscle memory development car. It does everything that you would expect it to, but not too much so that it's like uncontrollable. It's forgiving. It teaches you about what the car wants to do in each of the corners. It lets you learn the track. It's really, really nice.
Yeah, I was thinking that actually. This one seems like a good car for beginners because it's forgiving, but like you still have to drive it quick. You have to do the right things.
Yeah. I think it has an open diff, but it doesn't kill you like usual like open diffs do, or it doesn't want to kill you. But
Probably
it
because it's
teaches
power.
you open diff driving, which is like a little bit more patience on the throttle because you can hear the engine or feel the engine bogging down if you're not straightened up when you're on power, that kind of thing. Yeah, I like this car a lot. I made some changes to it too. Did some ARB work. Are you guys driving at defaults?
Apart from increasing the pressures to full, as you said.
What are your front
I'm pretty sure
temperatures?
it's default.
Your front tire temperatures.
Upper 70s front left. Yeah, just upper 70s both sides.
Okay. And your rears?
Very high 60s,
Okay.
low 70s.
That's where mine are at. It's good to get a little bit of balance. It shows you, like, it tells you what the car's doing. The temps, I always harp on that.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's really an easy way to tell if your car's set up to oversteer or understeer in general through the whole lap. So, and usually 9 times out of 10, if you make a change that helps one way or the other, oversteer or understeer, you get faster. Rarely do you get slower, but it does happen too. Like you get a little bit too uncontrollable. Or make the car a little bit more difficult to drive. And you don't necessarily want that. Lately I've been thinking that a little bit of understeer isn't necessarily that bad a thing. Especially for like the defaults. But not much, like not like, oh my god, this is so massively understeery, but just a touch.
Yeah, just a touch so a person who knows anything about tweaking knows, oh, I could just soften the front a little bit and
Yeah.
if I wanted a bit stiff or a bit more turn in. But
Generally, a well-balanced car will have a stiffness bias to the front, which means understeer by about like 5%. That's sort of like a baseline that you would want to use when setting up a car. It's hard to tell what that is when you don't have telemetry. The car would just basically feel kind of neutral everywhere it goes. But you don't want to have like it into the rear because you're just the car be out of control. For a race, I should say for like a time trial, do whatever gets you around the track as fast as possible once. I do have to start putting that differential video together.
take your time, man.
I've been refreshing, like doing some research, refreshing my vocabulary and the concepts, and then the difficult thing is to how to like express that in an easy to understand way, because I don't want to go too deep into ramp angles, but you have to address it a little bit.
that's the key to teaching. It's like getting the detail in there, but still making it approachable and accessible for people to understand.
Right. And then, like, of course, I'd like to address, like, some of the technical parts of it, like what's actually happening, because I feel like, for me, understanding, like, how things operate helps me really kind of wrap my head around what's going on.
I'd be the same, yeah. Makes more sense then, and then instead of learning things off to try and remember, I can say, oh yeah, it does this, so obviously this change will do this. I was racing the BMW 2002 Turbo today for the first time in ages, and I had known it was like, it's completely different to, when it first released, but do you remember what was changed? Because it feels like definitely the tires or something are completely different.
The tires are a lot different.
Yeah. Used to be on rails, and now it's like, it could just spin out on me mid-corner. We were at Taruma, and it was wild. It's a lot of fun though. It's just, it's a handful now, whereas before it was like one of the easier cars to drive.
I felt like it was perfect when it came out of the box. I know a lot of people didn't necessarily like the stuff that they did recently, but I think the tire changes weren't necessarily intended to like fix or break the 2002. If anything, they were probably just like tire changes that were planned to be made.
Yeah.
And it just so happened to have a negative effect on the car. I worked on the car after the tire changes too. I didn't like it as much as I did before. It's certainly interesting and fun.
The previous version, like closer to what it originally was, just because as a race driver I want something easier to drive, but I couldn't tell you which is more realistic.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what would be realistic with that either. It's sort of just kind of trust that the weights and the balances of the cars are akin to what the actual car was.
Yeah, it just feels now like the rear tires give away mid-corner or something, especially when getting on throttle.
Okay.
A bit of throttle, it just will like, it's fine, and then suddenly the rear just seems to give way and go out.
Maybe a slow damping in the rear problem. I could have sworn I put sufficient slow damping on it though.
It still feels like more it was the tire change though, because it's so different. Like, I don't think that could be damping. But I was dealing with it today for a race pretty well until like the second last lap, and then I totally binned it one corner.
My tires feel a little weird. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, or maybe it's just Loz 5 meters from my bumper.
slower anyway. I don't think it's my driving.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going slower too.
Yeah. Oh, I'm definitely from the relative, like, but my app, or the hood doesn't say I've lost too much tire wear,
Yeah.
but I don't really believe it. Maybe it was me though, just being getting tired now. I would have thought you would have picked the old school Kyalami for this.
Oh, that's overdone. I like to. Well, I guess this is overdone too, but I thought about it.
I didn't mind either way. Kyalami's like one of those tracks where I like the old school and modern layout like nearly equally as much.
Yeah. I like to save old school Kyalami for cars that are just like this is old. This is gonna be fun at old school Kyalami, right? So
Form that vintage, like, basically.
yeah, which will be happening soon. Vintage Generation 2. It's been transformed. It's a race car now, so, and it's just made for Kyalami and Monaco, or Monza, not Monaco, Monza. Is this the white flag lap for you, Donnie?
Yeah, it'd be last lap.
Okay.
Well done.
Man, Loz. I was I'm trying. You're training me well, man. I'm getting used to driving with someone that close and just like kind of keep my heart rate down.
Yeah,
It's good
you know,
practice.
as long as you keep driving the same, you know, just doing the same lap over and over again, I won't hit you.
Yeah.
I've been paying attention to your braking points and all sorts.
Yeah. I was like, okay, don't make any mistakes. Just stay calm. Just drive within yourself. Don't worry. You can see the whites of his eyes. That's fine.
Were you on top of each other the whole time?
Yeah, pretty much within a second. I think
Oh.
within a half second, the entire race.
Nice.
But I don't think this car has like maybe it's a little too easy because like it's you know, you don't make, if someone doesn't make a mistake, the other person can't capitalize it, you know, not mistake as in like, oh, I spun the car, but like you get a little wheel slip on the exits and stuff like that. This car kind of forgives that a little bit, and then the other
Yeah, it's a
cars
very
can't
forgiving car.
capitalize it.
It's a really good car. I enjoyed that.
And there's
I
really
enjoyed driving.
no it doesn't have like the slipstream or the horsepower to just, you know, drive past somebody either. It's sort of just like you have to
Yeah.
capitalize on sort of small errors, but I feel
Cool.
like
Thanks
this
a lot.
car would be a lot better with a lot more people, and you're just banging doors and stuff. But
Yeah, for sure.
all right, guys. Hey,
Jacker
Donnie,
Panther
thanks
out
for
with us.
stopping by. I know you weren't planning on doing that. I appreciate it. I hope you had a little bit of fun.
I had fun.
Okay, cool, man. So, Laz, I'll see you next week. I haven't decided what we're going to run, but maybe vintages. We'll see when
Cool.
the update drops.
Yep.
Okay. See you guys.
See you later.